I got friends in low places where the whiskey drowns and the beer chases my blues away. Come on, sing it loud, everybody. No. So I've got friends in low places, 'cause I got friends in low places. Come on, make some noise for Garth Brooks. We'll help him out a little bit tonight. Very nice. You all have exciting careers in singing. You did very well. Man, got some good energy in here. You were ready to have a good time tonight. So I don't want to bring it down, but this is Christmas, right? I'm not going to sing a bunch of Christmas songs, so don't be scared. But there is this one Christmas song that I love a lot. It's called White Christmas. And fortunately for most of us, we have not seen any snow yet, so no danger. I mean, if it wanted to, like, flurry a little bit, just a little bit, it wouldn't make me upset. I'm from Texas. When it snows, it's like the apocalypse. Everything shuts down. I mean, everything. People don't go to work, and they're like, call the government. They said, be safe and don't leave your house. And there's no trucks to clean up snow in Texas. What about here? Do they have trucks to clean up snow? See, you guys understand. So when it does happen, it's not okay. So what we do is we daydream about snow through beautiful songs like White Christmas. And I'm going to sing it. If you know it, you can sing this with me, but I'm pretty much enjoying this one for myself. Oops. Here we go. Play that for me. It's a good snapping song. Here we go. Hey. Dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells ringing in the snow. Yeah, yeah. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. Yeah, may your days be merry and bright. Oh, and may all, oh yeah, your Christmases be white. Come on, snap those fingers just like this. Yeah. You gotta bounce in your shoulders, you know. Dreaming of, oh, oh, white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know. Switch it now. And may your days be merry and bright. Oh, and may all your Christmases, and may all your Christmases, and may all your Christmases be white. Yeah. I'm gonna play the piano. Is that all right? I got my cheat sheet. Hey, you know, I've done a lot of shows, and I write a lot of my music, and I still forget lyrics to my own songs. Literally. And sometimes I do it 3 nights in a row and miss the same line. And right before the show, I'll write a paper on the stairs going up to the stage, reminding me not to miss those words. And guess what I do? I miss those words. So in order for you to get the point, I'm not going to miss the words tonight, all right? So I wrote this song, and it's my little love song moment, all right? Take it easy. I need at least 3 of them per night. And I wrote this song last week. And if I screw it up, the good thing is there's no reference for whether or not I do it right or wrong tonight. You don't know because there's no records. By the way, I have records out on the table if you want to enjoy it. A lot of these songs are on them. And if you appreciate what I'm doing here tonight, take a shot at it. If you don't like it, just keep that to yourself. Don't tell your neighbors and friends. Just, only run your mouth if you love what you hear, okay? But I'm going to sing this song for you, and if I make you feel love in the room, that's all right. It's okay. You can like love. From the moment I first met you, it wasn't long before I knew that you were right for me. I knew that you were right for me, yeah. I never thought in a million years you'd find a way to calm every one of my fears. Oh, how you do it for me. Yeah, girl, you really do it for me, yeah. And I can't get enough of your love and the way you make me feel, with the love that is so real. And you are the reason I sing, 'cause you exceed everything. Girl, you are my everything, yeah. And I love you, love, 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 love. Girl, I love you, love, 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 love. Oh, I love you, love, 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 love. Girl, I love you, love. In a world that don't really make sense, you are the logic that I can't resist. It's like turning on a light for me. Yeah, girl, you are a light for me, yeah. Every chance I get to breathe you in, I inhale over and over again, because you are like light to me, yeah. Oh, how you bring light to me, yeah. Oh, and I can't get enough of your love and the way you make me feel, with a love that is so real. And you are the reason I sing, 'cause you exceed everything. Girl, you are my everything, yeah. And I love you, love, 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 love. Oh, I love you, love, 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 love. Yeah, I love you, love, 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 love. Girl, I love you, love. And I can't get enough of your love, the way you make me feel, the love that is so real. And you are the reason I Yeah, go. Very nice. Appreciate you guys listening to me sing. Thank you. That was about her, too. Duh. How's it going tonight? I got to look at the clock and make sure we're good. Let's see. Are we good, George? Making sure we're good. We're going to do one more song. You guys all right with that? All right, cool. So I'm from a smaller town, and most people don't expect anybody to do anything cool from a small town. And if you tell them you're going to do something cool, they laugh at you and make fun of you. And for me, after Idol and after the success that I was blessed with, I decided to write a song with some friends of mine. And not necessarily to be vindictive, but, okay, I wrote it to be vindictive. But the point was to get the message out that for all of you guys that say I can't and I won't and there's no way possible, I wrote a song called Watch Me. It's very cocky, and I mean it that way. I can't lie. This is my last song for now, but I hope you enjoy the message of this. This is my heart in a nutshell to all those that said I couldn't. Hope you appreciate it. Yeah, there it is. Good job. They say that I'm never going nowhere, and this small town boy don't have a prayer. That big old world is gonna eat me alive. Come on. But I say, you can't tell me what I can't be. I think I've got a good handle on me. My dreams stretch far beyond the county line. No, ain't nobody gonna hold me down. Watch me fly, watch me run. And if I fall flat on my face, watch me get up. Watch me fight, watch me believe. In spite of everything they say that I can be, watch me, yeah. I was born with red dirt on my hand. The only life I've lived is a working man's, and I know that nothing comes easy in life. Oh, but in my heart I believe that it's my time. So watch me fly, watch me run. And if I fall flat on my face, watch me get up. Watch me fight, watch me believe. In spite of everything they say that I can be, watch me, yeah. Oh, in my heart I believe that it's my time. So watch me fly, watch me run. And if I fall flat on my face, watch me get up. And watch me fight, watch me believe. In spite of everything they say that I can't be, no, watch me. Thank you so much for your time this evening. We appreciate all of you. so very, very much.
All right. Michael, that was awesome. Thank you. Okay, so dinner service is going to begin very soon, but we have one very important item of business to take care of now. If I could have everybody's attention for just a second. We're going to be led in a word of prayer by a very, very special guest. And I haven't gotten to introduce this guy from a podium before. I've got to introduce him on TV many times, so this is the first time in my life I've ever gotten to say these words. Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency, the 71st Governor of Virginia, Robert F. McDonnell.
Thank you, Mike. Well, good evening, and thank you, Mike, for being such a patriot and for agreeing to host this and for your leadership in the community. And Michael Sarver, I think you're going places. Not as far as your daughter, but you're going places. Excellent work. Thanks for being a patriot and coming up from Texas. And it's really an honor for me to be in the presence of so many heroes, you Gold Star families who uniquely understand the price and the value of freedom. To be together here tonight to encourage and love one another and share your stories of your loved one that gave their all for the country. It's really remarkable. And to our friend George Lutz for your leadership now for 7 years, starting with just to honor Tony in Chesapeake, Virginia, to now have people all over the country that want to honor and remember their loved ones by flying that flag. I'm so delighted that during my time in office that we were able to make the Commonwealth of Virginia the first place in America to fly the flag officially, and passing that measure in our legislature to be able to honor the fallen. So. And to have Joe Marm and Joe Galloway here tonight, true living heroes who have done extraordinary things with extraordinary courage and bravery for the cause of freedom and service to their country is an honor. And I know you're going to really enjoy hearing from them and their story. I understand the book is better than the movie, right, Joe? As it always is. So I hope you all will do that. I just want to say a couple quick things. You know, there is becoming a culture here in this country where a select few protect the many. We have less than 1% of all Americans now that are in uniform. It's about 2.5 million people that protect 310 million. And many of those are legacy families. They're ones who, through the generations, have had military service. I know it's true in my family. My dad's a World War II vet. I served. My daughter went to Iraq. And, you know, that's just the way these things seem to go. And so for all of you that stood before the veterans, and particularly the families who have felt the pain and the sting of death in service to the nation, I want to say how much I salute you. And while so many people don't fully appreciate what you've done, when you hear the singing tonight and you see this crowd tonight, I do want you to know that so many people are beginning to have a new and profound respect for the price that your families have paid. You know, George Washington, great Virginian, father of the country, had a remarkable thing to say in his farewell address. He said, "The willingness with which young people are likely to serve in any war, no matter how justified, shall be directly proportional to how the veterans of previous wars are treated and appreciated by their nation." That's a general that understood battle. He spent a lot of time in battle, 8 years away from Mount Vernon, 20-some years of his life fighting. But he understands that we don't take care and honor and remember the people that sacrifice in the battles of today, we will not be able to recruit and get the best and brightest of Americans to serve in the future battles. And so I want to say to all of you supporting Honor Remember, to George Lutz for his vision, to all of you that serve on the board, to the many people that have donated tonight, God bless you. This isn't just about a flag. This is about the future of the United States of America, taking care of the veterans so the great people will serve in the future. So if you'll bow your head, I'm going to pray for our families and our veterans and for our country and for this food. Thank you, O Lord, for the privilege of being Americans. Thank you, Lord, for that red, white, and blue. Lord, for 240 years, you've given us the privilege of living in this nation. Lord, some of us think the greatest nation that the world has ever known. More freedom, more prosperity, more faith, more generosity than any nation on earth. Lord, it's a special privilege to be here. But God, you know that's come at a price. It's the price of the blood of the American man and woman in uniform. It's the price that's been paid by the loved ones of those in this very room tonight. Lord, just give a special and increase in appreciation in this nation, all 310 million of us, for these men and women who have served and these men and women who have died for freedom. Lord, you sent your very Son to die that we may be free. Lord, in this Advent and Christmas season, we give thanks to you for the gift of your Son. And this night, in Advent, we give thanks for the gift of the warrior who has shed his blood that we might be free. Lord, thank you for the stories tonight we're going to hear from Joe Galloway and Joe Marm, Lord, for their leadership and service to the country in extraordinary ways of courage. May it inspire everyone here in this room to go to be a better neighbor, to love America a little bit more, to follow the golden rule, to follow the great commandments, Lord, so that we can serve others better. So, Lord, bless this food now, bless this fellowship that we're about to enjoy. And for all these things, we say thank you. Thank you for being Americans. Thank you for the gift of Christmas. We ask all these things in your name, Lord of Lords and King of Kings. Amen.
And then again, that was the Strolling Silver Strings from Norfolk Public Schools. They were awesome. Thank you all very much. We are going to continue on with our program now. We have a few special guests this evening to share encouragement and bring special remarks. We'd like to begin this portion of the evening with a very special young lady. Earlier this year, we asked the students of Atlantic Shores Christian School to participate in an essay contest that would focus on our military heroes. The essay of 9th grade student Shannon Proshka was selected out of the entire participating high school class as being the most outstanding. Please welcome Shannon to read her essay for us now.
Hi everyone, as you know, I'm Shannon, and when I wrote this essay, I had no idea that I'd be reading in front of you all, because who am I to be reading to people of such sacrifice that I can't even imagine? So I just want you guys to know that every word of this is from our heart, and this is for you guys. No person was ever honored for what he received. Honor has been the reward for what he gave. Calvin Coolidge. Many people today, including myself, take their lives for granted. We have never truly lived because we don't know what it is to almost die. We enjoy the splendors of life and the freedom we have as a right. But as all good things do, it always comes with a price. What is that price? Those who sacrifice themselves for something greater than themselves. The military faces the ultimate dangers of life, so we don't have to. As it says in John 15:13, greater love has no one than this, than to lay down one's life for his friends. As a child, I loved to watch superhero movies. The hero always had an amazing outfit and saved the day no matter what. However, as I grew older, I learned that not all superheroes wear capes. In my eyes now, true heroes wear dog tags, dusty boots, and honor they carry with them wherever they go. Soldiers in the military gave their tomorrow for my today and are giving their today for my tomorrow. It moves me to know that my freedom was purchased by a stranger who, in the words of Chesterton, didn't fight because he hated what was in front of him, but because he loved what was behind him. Like most people, soldiers go to work every day, except they don't always come back at the end of it. They leave their loved ones for months on end. They work through the holidays and carry the weight of the nation's problems on their shoulders. Just as a soldier never leaves a comrade behind, we cannot let a soldier go without gratitude. On behalf of all those who enjoy their rights, paid with such sacrifice, we say thank you. Thank you to the families of Gold Stars for allowing such a price to be paid. Thank you to those in the military for the weeks of training in the middle of nowhere, the tears and sweat from fatigue, the courage to fight even with fear, and the ultimate sacrifices paid day after day for the people of our nation. To me, the military are those who fought and continue to fight at the risk of death with such bravery that we may have one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And you know, my family and I, we're missionaries and we've been to many countries, but of all the countries I've been to, there is no country that has protectors who are as dedicated and passionate as those of America. And I know many of you today have paid the ultimate cost, but I know that all things work together for good to them that love God and work according to his purpose. And there aren't enough words to express the gratitude I have toward our military. But I just want to say, God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shannon. That was fantastic. We have in our presence tonight a Medal of Honor recipient, and I want to read now for you his citation. Please pay attention. His name is First Lieutenant Joseph Marm, Jr. For conspicuous gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of life above and beyond the call of duty. As a platoon leader in the 1st Cavalry Division Air Mobile, First Lieutenant Marm demonstrated indomitable courage during a combat operation. His company was moving through the valley to retrieve a friendly unit surrounded by enemy forces, estimated regimental size. First Lieutenant Marm led his platoon through withering fire until they were finally forced to take cover. Realizing that his platoon could not hold very long and seeing 4 enemy soldiers moving into his position, he moved quickly under heavy fire and annihilated all 4. Then, seeing that his platoon was receiving intense fire from a concealed machine gun, he deliberately exposed himself to draw its fire, thus locating its position. He attempted to destroy it with an anti-tank weapon. Although he inflicted casualties, the weapon did not silence the enemy's fire. Quickly disregarding the intense fire directed at him and his platoon, he charged 30 meters across open ground and hurled grenades into the enemy's position, killing some of the 8 insurgents manning it. Although severely wounded when his grenades were expanded, armed only with a rifle, he continued the momentum of his assault on the position and killed the remainder of the enemy. First Lieutenant Marm's selfless sacrifice reduced the fire of his platoon, broke the enemy assault, and rallied his unit to continue toward the accomplishment of the mission. First Lieutenant Marm's gallantry on the battlefield and his extraordinary intrepidity at the risk of his own life are in the highest traditions of the U.S. Army and reflect great credit upon himself and the armed forces of this country. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome First Lieutenant Marm. Thank you.
It's a distinct honor and pleasure for me to be here. I'd like to thank George for inviting me. I have an excuse for slurring my words. I was shot in the jaw. It shattered my left jaw and exited underneath my right jaw, out my right cheek. Another inch or two, and it would have hit my jugular vein and killed me. But God has a plan for each and every one of us. We just have to figure out what that plan is. But it's a distinct honor for me to be here. It's very, very humbling to be here with so many Gold Star families, and it's just so amazing and humbling. We went into battle with 457 American soldiers, and our unit's lineage goes back to General George Armstrong Custer. And we thought for a little while there that we were in another little bighorn, surrounded and outnumbered. But we had a lot of assets Custer didn't have. We had all the services, the Air Force, the Navy, the Marine fast movers providing close air support for us. But after 3 days of intense fighting, we had 79 American soldiers killed in action and about 121 wounded, and I was one of those wounded. I went out on a helicopter that brought in Joe Galloway, that's going to be talking to you, who co-authored the book, and it's an outstanding book. It's called We Were Soldiers Once and Young. About 10 years after the book was published, Mel Gibson and Sam Elliott made the movie We Were Soldiers. And they had to cut the title down of the book so it would fit on the marquee to We Were Soldiers. And it's one of the better Vietnam movies, but it's not accurate like the book is. And a couple of the family members of the soldiers that were in that battle are here, whose dad were killed in LZ Albany, the next action on the 17th and the 18th of November, 1965, a long, long time ago. But Mrs. Moore is very unique. She took care of the families back at Fort Benning while the soldiers were deployed to Vietnam, and went to all the funerals of the soldiers that were buried at Fort Benning. And she's buried there too. And in her, our radio telephone operator was killed in action, and he's buried there, and his wife gave her grave to the Moores so they could be buried there right among the soldiers. The general who was our battalion commander at the time, Hal Moore, lieutenant commander, rose to the ranks of 3 stars, and still is living down in Alabama, Auburn, Alabama. He's about 94 years old and a great American. But she is buried there right with the soldiers. And one more thing, my wife, I don't want to get political now, but my wife works for a congressman in North Carolina named Walter Jones. He's been in for about five terms, a great American. He writes a letter, he sends a condolence letter to every serviceman or woman that was killed in Afghanistan, Iraq. And I talked to one gentleman tonight that remembered, that told me that he had received Walter Jones's condolence letter. So that's very, very, not just in our district in North Carolina, but all over the country. Anybody that was killed in combat, he sends a condolence letter to, and that's a very special thing for a congressman to do that. But I'm not going to steal the thunder away from Joe Galloway. He's a great American, and he was, he's the only reporter to receive the Bronze Star for valor in that action in Ia Drang, and a great American. So, thank you for your families and for your sacrifice, and it's an honor for me to be here with you tonight. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless America.
Barry Creed is a retired United States Army colonel serving 34 years, including his reserve duty. Barry also is a former Virginia State Trooper, has a varied background of civil service along with many community involvement programs on the local level, and is himself a Gold Star son.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I am a Gold Star son. I did lose my father in Elsie, Albany on November 17, 1965. And it is truly an honor and privilege for me to introduce Mr. Joseph Galloway as our guest speaker. Joe Galloway is one of America's premier war and foreign correspondents for over half a century. He recently retired as a senior military correspondent for Knight Ridder newspapers. Before that, he held an assignment as a special consultant to General Colin Powell at the Office of State Department. Early in 2013, he was sworn into service as a special consultant to the Vietnam War's 50th anniversary commemoration project run by the Office of Secretary of Defense. He is also a permanent consultant to Mr. Ken Burns' Florentine Films project, making a documentary history of the Vietnam War for broadcast on PBS. Joe is a native of Refugio, Texas, spent 22 years as a foreign and war correspondent and bureau chief for the United States Press International, and 20 years as a senior editor and senior writer for U.S. News and World Report magazine. He joined Knight Ridder in the fall of 2002. During the course of his 15 years in his foreign postings, including assignments in Japan, Indonesia, India, Singapore, and 3 years as UPI bureau chief in Moscow, Joe served 4 tours as a war correspondent in Vietnam and also covered the 1971 India-Pakistan War and a half a dozen other combat operations. In 1990-1991, Joe covered Desert Shield, Desert Storm, serving with the 24th Infantry Division Mechanized in the assault on the eastern Iraq province. Joe also covered the Haiti incursion and made numerous trips to Iraq in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. The late General Norman Schwarzkopf, who first met Joe in South Vietnam when he was a major, called Joe the finest combat correspondent of our generation, a soldier's reporter and a soldier's friend. Joe co-authored with Lieutenant General Hal Moore the national bestseller, We Were Soldiers Once and Young, which was made into a critically acclaimed movie, We Were Soldiers, starring Mel Gibson. It's presently in print. The book that Joe wrote with Hal Moore is presently in print in 6 different languages, and more than 1.2 million copies have been sold. Joe also co-authored Triumph Without Victory, The History of the Persian Gulf War,